Out of WDWMagic.com, Walt Disney Imagineering files new construction permit for Piston Peak at Magic Kingdom. Now, we could just do a video updating you about Piston Peak, but folks, we like to go beyond and farther and to new places that others have not yet gone. And today we're going to do just that here on That Park Place, because I think we have evidence now of the hotel that we've been telling you about for years and which was just confirmed. And they said, well, that's actually not part of this project. And many have believed that means it's canceled. But I think that we see evidence of the hotel in the construction for Piston Peak and for all this stuff. We'll talk about it. We'll show it in just a second. Walt Disney Imagineering has filed a new notice of commencement for the Piston Peak Cars project at Magic Kingdom. The permit lists Balfour Beatty Construction, LLC, as the contractor with the scope of general construction. Balfour Beatty is a major commercial contractor with extensive experience on large-scale projects across the U.S. The company has worked on Disney projects in the past and brings significant resources to complex construction assignments, and this is one of those. The use of Balfour Beatty for general construction suggests the project is moving beyond site prep and demolition work into full-scale vertical construction. Yippee! The permit lists an address of 4995 Caribbean Way, which corresponds to the Magic Kingdom expansion area where Cars Land and Villains Land are under construction. The address falls within the project zone north of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad and adjacent to Frontierland. Now, we've got this picture here, folks, and I'd like you to take a gander at it. If you're driving right now and pull to the side of the road, this is a big deal. I'm just kidding. Don't pull to the side of the road. You can look at it later. But this is the full construction site. I believe this is provided by BioReconstruct. And what if I told you that the vast majority of this construction has nothing to do with turbocharging the parks in terms of building attractions? You see, if you look at this image here, just below and to the left of Big Thunder is where the Cars attraction will be, about 4 acres. And just to the east of it, and then down a little bit, is where Villains Land will go. But all of this land that has been cleared to the far right, to the top right, to the top left, and yes, even this blue building up here with the parking lot, all of that land that has been cleared is not for Magic Kingdom. It's not for guests. It's for, guess what? Something else. Now, the blue building up here is for Imagineering offices while they're working on this. I got that. But when that's done, do we all really believe that Disney is going to leave that Imagineering building over there? No, I doubt it. And so then that inspired me to go and grab a new image that I think will be very helpful for something you all should see. Folks, this is an image from BioReconstruct. And again, if you look over just above Big Thunder, that's the Cars area. If you look just to the left of Big Thunder, that's Villains Land. And then all of this land that's cleared down here, below and to the left of Big Thunder, that is for probably in the future cast member parking. But then to the right, that blue building is Imagineering. But they don't need that blue building once Imagineering is done with this project. And this land that's to the right of it, that you can see my cursor over, that land over there, that was where they put all the dirt that they needed to fill in Rivers of America. But once they're done with that dirt, they're going to have a cleared space now that they didn't have before. They also have now an area of water retention pond that they connect with the canal and to the Seven Seas Lagoon if they want to. And then look at this tree line area. Look at this area, folks, that is the future expansion pad for Adventureland, as well as the new clearing they have right over here next to this building. Folks, if you look at the buildings that are behind Pirates of the Caribbean and Splash Mountain, those are the parade float barns. This new area that's being cleared is interesting to me. And the reason that it's interesting to me is because they still have a way to get a pedestrian bridge from where all this dirt is across to this expansion pad for Adventureland. And what I'm thinking is, when you remove the Imagineering building, but you have a parking lot still there, you have now an area that's just about perfect for a small but luxurious hotel that has perfect access to Magic Kingdom through an expansion to Adventureland. Now, why would you not want to connect it with Villains Land? Well, you wouldn't want to connect it with Villains Land because you would not want an entrance into Magic Kingdom in the back of the park, because as the park needs to be emptied, you want to push people out towards the front. But Adventureland, that's the perfect kind of place to push your 5-star luxury resort guests, the big spenders, to their own personal access point to the Magic Kingdom. Now, why do I think all this is true? Because ladies and gentlemen, there's lots of area. Hey, turn that audio off. There's lots of area that they have cleared now with no other purpose. And now that we've got it confirmed by Disney in the past week or so that, yeah, they were planning to do a hotel, but it's not part of this expansion. That's why I'm saying to myself, okay, the exact place that they said they're going to do a hotel, or that we said they're going to do a hotel, that now the hotel has been confirmed, but no, they're not adding it to this project. But that exact area that they would put the hotel just so happens to have been cleared for this project and could be coming down the road. So I go to you, MJ, first on this question, which is, MJ, if they do put a hotel in the future connected with Magic Kingdom, how popular would that be for those who can afford it to have their own private access straight into Adventureland day and night without having to go through the typical security, without having to go through the TTC, all of that just instantly right there? How popular would that be, MJ?
Very much popular. It started as a trend over in Tokyo, and then now we see it with the Helios. It's happening. People will pay for it. People will book it, and they will be more than happy to stay like right with, you're basically staying right in the park, right? It's really a magical experience. I've seen a lot of the POVs in Japan where, at Tokyo Disney Sea, how you could just, you're coming out of your room, you go to the lobby, and right outside the doors is the theme park. Helios has a beautiful layout as well. The security checkpoint is right there because you will go through security no matter what, even if you're staying at a hotel in the theme park. But bypassing all the parking and all of that, I mean, the transportation system, whatnot, yeah, absolutely. I mean, people will pay it. People will do it. And I think it will be a really big hit. I'm just curious about what kind of theme they would make it. If it's going to be a Magic Kingdom, if you will, resort, right? So they could do really, really cool things with the theming. They could make it like Adventureland, a little bit of Frontierland. They could put some nostalgic things from the past in that resort, and people will stay there. They will book their stays and they will stay. I just don't know if it would be a DVC resort or if it would just be one of their it would have to be a DVC because if it was 5 stars, I mean, that you're talking about what, at least 800, 900, 1,000 a night. I'm assuming, I'm not saying that that's what it's going to cost, but I'm just wondering about all of those logistics and if it would have a pool, what kind of amenities. If it's very, very small, I don't think they would have room for too many things. I don't see having like a spa. I don't believe the Helios has a spa. I could be wrong, but yeah, I would think it would be a popular option for people that want to stay right on property and have the convenience of all the perks. Getting up in the morning early, rope dropping will be a breeze, and going home at the end of the night after the fireworks show is just, your room is right there. I think it's fabulous.
Now, Ron, when we look at this, I'm very interested in your thoughts on the idea that I peruse what people are saying about Disney parks quite often. And I read the articles and I watch these other YouTubers who cover Disney parks. And isn't it fascinating, Ron, that we all know the layout essentially now of Villain's Land. We all know that this dark area and this dark area are going to be buildings. And we all know that this dark area that fills in the island is going to be sort of like a little barrier area that hides Big Thunder to some degree. We all got that, right? We all know this area that's going to be for attractions and guest space. And yet, Ron, none of these YouTube videos, none of these blogs seem to be questioning, all right, I've got all this land that stretches all the distance from, on the photo, left of Big Thunder. I want to say north, but that'll confuse people since we're looking at this from a different direction. Left of Big Thunder, to stay consistent, stretches all the way across, all the way past Adventureland. Nobody is saying, gee, I wonder what that might turn out to be. Gee, I wonder why Disney's clearing all that land. Gee, I wonder what that Imagineering building is going to become when they tear it down, because it's a very, very, very cheap modular kind of structure that obviously when Imagineers exit the project, they don't need anymore. Ron, nobody is wondering what this is going to be. And I wonder, Ron, why is that? Why is nobody curious why more than half of this project is for an unspecified land clearing for something, and yet nobody is saying, gee, 60% of this project has not been told to us what it is. And we're just all sitting around, twisting our thumbs going, Nah, probably nothing. They probably just really hate trees. Come on, bro. You just don't like trees. That's what it is. It's for the environment somehow. Ron, what's going on here?
I have no idea why no one else is questioning this, especially if you've ever been or if you've been recently back to the area that is in front of the Grand Floridian and you see the road construction that's going on there, which I don't think we've even covered yet in this video. They are rerouting the road around the Grand Floridian, and which could mean a number of things. One of those would be redoing the area that the fireworks are placed when they do perimeter fireworks for the events like Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party or the Christmas party there. They do these amazing perimeter fireworks. I've even seen them on January 1st, on New Year's Eve, the 4th of July. They do perimeter fireworks. It's pretty incredible. The best fireworks shows that you can see by far. And if they happen to be needing to put a hotel there, they might have to adjust where those fireworks go when they lay them on the perimeter. The other thing about that is if you look at that road, just look to the bottom right, there's already a road that goes into that space. Sure, it's
right, an intersection with a red light. Like, come on, people, this is not hard. I'm tired of scooping and none of you being interested in what the heck is going on here.
Also, you can move the pond. If you want a bigger hotel, you can move the retention pond. That's not that difficult to do. It's money consuming, but I would think that if this is a boutique hotel, there's a number of things you can do with it. First of all, depending on and Imagineers care a little bit less about this, but depending on the sight lines, you could have it be fairly tall. I mean, you could go maybe 9-10 stories, have the pool on the very top, which I don't think. I'm trying to think, do they do that at any current hotels? No. So they could have a rooftop pool. You could have a rooftop bar, because they're certainly going to put a bar in there, a number of bars. They'll probably put a bar in the lobby, a bar on the first floor, a bar on the rooftop. They love bars. So that's a lot of bars. And you could even do a lounge on part of the top floor. I mean, not a lounge, a spa on part of the top floor. There's a lot of things that you could do. They could take a lot of lessons that they've learned from the cruise ships and put it in there, because you can put a lot into a small boutique hotel. And let's say that you have a couple hundred rooms, you can charge, it literally, you're going to be able to walk right into the Magic Kingdom from this. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you can charge $2,000 a night and it will fill up. They were charging $6,000 a night. Or not a night, but $6,000 for a stay at the Star Wars Hotel for two nights. Yeah. And at the beginning, they filled it up. And of course, because it wasn't the right story, because there were some certain issues with it, the demand waned, but the demand for this is already built in perpetuity, especially if you come up with the right theming. Adjacent to Adventureland, there's Jungle Book theming, there's Aladdin theming, there's pirate theming.
You could do a hidden palace theme. I mean, you can go all out. You could do a city of gold. I mean, there's the stuff that you could do to make people feel like because this has to be nicer than the Grand Floridian. This would have to be the premier resort. We're talking about, it would be like $2,500 a night, something like that, because you're getting access to the Magic Kingdom in a way that nobody else does. Now, I don't know about going up 9 stories. They're going to have to hide the sight lines. I hope they wouldn't do it as tall as that. But a pool on the top of a 3-story or 4-story where you can watch the fireworks from the pool on the roof. Oh, man, just the money. Folks, I don't know. And we're talking about something that has not yet, they're not constructing it. So things can change. Mm-hmm. But we called out that this is what they were planning to do. We found out that they had scrapped it for this expansion, which confirms that they had been planning it. Now we're looking at this and we're saying, 60 to 70% of this entire project is for unspecified land clearing for something that, Disney isn't telling us. Maybe it's just a parking lot for cast members. But let me tell you, if it's just a parking lot for cast members, why did we need a new intersection, like Ron is pointing out in the very bottom right? Why did we need a new intersection with a red light for cast members who could just go up north to Reams Road? It's something to think about. Something to think about, and we'll keep covering it, folks, because we're here to uncover what it is that Disney's really up to, and we think they're up to making a lot of money off an ultra luxury resort.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.